Hey everyone, Cardlin here with the newest installment of Fridays with Cardlin. It is September 29th, 2017, and this is officially episode number 42. This week, I'll show my Patreon patrons some love, as well as answer some questions and read some quotes they have. So let's jump right into it, shall we? We'll start off with the questions. Now, Rihanna has a question that is both a quote and a question, which is, you like scary movies? What's your favorite scary movie? Which is supposed to be Ghostface from Scream, but I'm bad at doing voices. So, to answer the question quote, I do like scary movies. My favorite scary movie, Cabin in the Woods, if that counts. Or Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, if that counts. I also really liked it. I liked it a lot. Let's see, Isis has a question, which is, any advice for up-and-coming voice artists? Depends. If you're trying to do what I'm trying to do, which is to say, like, doing ASMR audio stuff on YouTube, it's kind of different than if you're going the traditional voice acting route where you are submitting, auditions and whatnot. If you're trying to do what I'm trying to do, I'd suggest finding a schedule you can stick to and just putting out content, sticking to that schedule no matter what, and being consistent and starting to build a fan base that way. So yeah, just let content be king, and don't waver. We've got a few questions here from the lovable Mary. The first question is, how long will you keep your post office box open before you move? Just in case you want to send you anything it will get you before you're gone. Probably up to about a month before I move, or maybe a couple weeks before I move. Yeah. That having been said, I've been looking into things and kind of been doing some research, and a lot of people are warning me about the possibility of moving in the winter and saying that it's going to be really hard with the snow and that it's a really just bad idea. In winter time out there, people usually just kind of board up and wait. So I was kind of thinking, I kind of just chose January to move just because it was the beginning of the year, just kind of there's no real reason I chose January other than the fact that the year starts then. So I think, as per a lot of people's advice, I'm going to move in the spring instead, just because it'll be a lot easier. The snow and the ice will have melted, and it'll give me a little more time to save. So yeah, keep that in mind. Next question is, also, how's your mom and Lola handling you moving? I know it'll be hard on all of you. That's probably my biggest worry. How this move will affect my mom and my Lola, because frankly, they do need a little help, I do have a lot of family out here, but not a lot of people in my family have the time to drive my Lola around, and she needs to get to her doctor appointments, and, not just that, but she wants to go shopping sometimes. She wants to go out sometimes. She wants to leave the house sometimes. And because of my job, I find myself with a lot of free time to do that for her. And I'm kind of worried. So I'm trying to teach her Uber and stuff. And as for my mom, she says she's going to be strong. She's a lot more capable than my Lola, obviously. But I worry about her too. And I did invite her to actually come against my better judgment. I invited her to come live with me and my son out there, just in case, things don't work out for her here. So at least she knows that door is open to her if she needs it. Next question is, any birthday plans yet, or something you'd like to do? So my birthday is coming up. It's October 24th. Whee! As for birthday plans, I don't know. To be honest, I'll probably just try and get together with my friends, play some video games. Maybe get together with my cousins, go to a restaurant, get together with my other friends, maybe watch a UFC fight, and basically just do the stuff we normally do, because that's the stuff that I love a lot. As for plans for what we should do here on the channel to celebrate with y'all, I'd love to hear some ideas, maybe a birthday stream or something. I don't know, let me know your ideas in the comments below. Another question, also from the lovable Mary, we have, other than wishing no pause or your girlfriend was here, what is one birthday wish or gift you would like to have? Well, geez. there's like a series of selfish things went through my head, like, oh, I really like this game, or oh, I really like this thing. But then I had thought about, like, it's kind of the responsibility of having a bit of an audience, right? And I'm like, man, I really wish, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to do another fundraising stream, for, the victims in Puerto Rico, or the victims in Mexico, just the continuing victims, who are suffering from Harvey, or from, over in Florida from that hurricane. It just seems like there's like so much. So what I'd like to do in terms of my official YouTube wish would be like maybe another fundraising stream, or maybe if on my birthday we could do a fundraising stream for me and my coffee campaign to help me get out to the east and live with my son, which is again a bit of a selfish request, but that's just, you asked, so those are my answers. Let's see, another series of questions from the lovable Mary. I finally finished reading Blankets. What are you reading now? I don't get a lot of time to read anymore, because I used to read audiobooks, or listen to audiobooks during my commute, but now that I don't commute, I haven't really been listening to anything. But when I do find myself with some time, I've been listening to the biography of Elon Musk. I think it's just called Elon Musk, or Elon. And he's a pretty fascinating guy. He's a pretty interesting guy. It certainly popped the bubble a bit, like I don't see him as this like godly, insanely intelligent creature anymore. Not that I did before, but I held him on a pretty high level, the same level as like people like Neil deGrasse Tyson or Michio Kaku. But it humanizes him a bit, which is good. And it's cool to see his journey through things. That having been said, if you finished Blankets and you're looking for something new, let me take a look here at my wall of books. Let's see. If you're looking for a new graphic novel to read, I'd suggest Why the Last Man, which is one of my favorites. American Born Chinese is another good one. Or Scott Pilgrim. I really like the Scott Pilgrim series. Check those out. And finally, Mary's last question, for now at least, she says, what is your favorite ramen bowl? Do you ever make them at home? So, I do make ramen at home. I usually do the, like this Korean spicy one, but I've always been trying to look for like new ones to try out. But in terms of like my favorite ramen, I like to go to restaurants for my favorite ramen. I probably shouldn't say which restaurant, but I usually like to get the shoyu style broth, I suppose. I try to get like extra noodles because I love noodles. And yeah, not too much. I don't go too crazy with the toppings or anything, just like some good classic ramen. Thank you for those questions, Mary. Next up, we have a question from Nataline, which is, how's the raising of money for your big move coming along? It's actually going along pretty good. Going along pretty well, pretty awesomely. We're at 37% of our grand total. Just because the grand total is a little high because moving is expensive. And if you're interested, the lovable Mary, who we just heard some questions from, has offered in the month of October that if we reach $100 in donations, she'll match it with $100 of her own, which will do a lot to help move that ticker. So hopefully that happens. We have a question from Sydney. Sydney says, I'd like to know how you are able to get to such a dark place with your darker recordings. Hearing your Cardlin versus Darklin recording made me physically jump. And I'm curious, what's your process for getting there? It's just acting. Just just immediately jumping into character, diving into the script. I don't really have a process. I don't like mentally prepare myself. I just really love villains in movies, and I try and usually what happens is like when I hear a line I really like, or I see them do something I really like, I just immediately try and emulate it. So like I'll repeat the line in my head if I'm watching a movie in a theater, and then I just kind of like store it and kind of channel that later, I suppose. But it's definitely not like a conscious, like, okay, think of this villain, emulate this villain. It's just kind of jumping into the moment and letting the story take me. We got a question from Lauren Grace Jackson. If you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what would you ask? Wow. Jeez. My mind just went to a million different places, but oh my god, just went to a million different places, some of them dark, some of them happy. Actually, I just thought of what the right answer would be, which is, what are the next winning lottery numbers? I would like to know that, just, because I feel like that could help me and my family and my friends out a lot. Yeah, wow, I thought of a lot of different questions, some of them a little dark. Let's see. Next question from Trishy is, if you could pick one place to enjoy right now on an all expenses paid vacation, where would you pick? You know, the location doesn't matter too much, so much as the company. Like, all expenses, does that mean I could bring my friends and family? 'Cause that's what I'd really love to do. If I could bring my family with me on another, like, big family vacation, if I could bring my son and my girlfriend, if I could bring the boys, you know, if I could bring some of my friends out, that would be great. But in terms of location, if I got to bring everybody and I get to choose any location in the world, maybe just one, huh? Maybe Japan if it's my friends, and maybe Hawaii if it's my family. Yeah, I'll go with that. Let's see, next question from Dakota. If you could travel to any era or year, where and why would you go to said year or era? Era or year? Jeez, I mean, I have to think, like, as a minority, you know, whether or not it'd be safe for me, too. You know, let's see, if I could be safe, it'd be cool to travel to the Philippines during the EDSA revolution, because that seemed like a really amazing time of just revolution, people banding together. Or maybe the future, see what the future's like, see what the future of like video games are like, see if we ever get Kingdom Hearts 3. See what like the next couple of consoles are like. I don't know. Let's see what some of the lottery numbers are again. Sorry, keep thinking of that just because, I don't know, I'm so obsessed with like the lottery, just because it's like, if I could win, I could just I could make everybody's life better, I feel, or help a lot of people. But anyways, yeah, that's my answer. Tatiana has a question, which is, what is your favorite type or genre of audio to do, and why? I like doing the yandere audios. I try not to do them too often, because I don't want to be I don't want this channel to be just that, you know. I'm still here to comfort people, and it's hard to find a yandere audio that's comforting. But I love playing that kind of twisted, evil, kind of villainous character, and I feel like there's a lot more depth and character I can give to them. Yeah. Kuro Komori asked the final question, which is, would you ever want any of your ASMR roleplays made into comics, or even better, full-on animations? If so, which ones? Wow. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to see, like, some of my audios made into comics. Maybe, Shouldn't I Be Less in Love with You? Or the 3-year anniversary? Or, the Hotline Miami series? That'd be great. Or Saved from the Stake? Or, your first time, the yandere student to the professor. That'd be great. That'd be a lot of fun. That about closes it up for our questions. Let's move on to see if we have any quotes. I don't think we do. Oh, we have one quote from Sarah, which is, "I love you to the moon and back." It's a nice, cute quote, and I think they say it in one of my favorite games, which is To the Moon. Finally, I want to give a big thank you to all the new Cardigans this month. So, without further ado, allow me to go ahead and jump right into it and say a big thank you to Adri, Abigail Mowry, Aaron, Ari, Alex X, Always Elizabethan, Amanda, Amber, Andrea, Bear, Beauty of the Bells, Belle, Bonnie, Breezy, Brianna, Brianne Clark, Caitlin, Callie, Cassie, Cleddy Lady, Clover, Cora, Christina, Cupcakey, Dakota, Dashley, Domo, Durrani, Embrin, Emmeline, Emily, Emma, Evie, Gail, Hayden, Isa, Isabel, Isis, Jasmine Rose, Jennifer Santaella, Jess, Jolie, Joey, Kai, Caitlin, Carrie Alita, Katarina, Catherine, Katie, Kayla, Carice, Kuro Komori, Lauren, Lauren Grace Jackson, Lisley, Leanne, Liliana, Lindsay, Lisa, Lucy Phi, Lunara, Madeline, Maddie B, Madeline, Maggie, Masha Ranova, Maxis, Mectis, Malena Rivera, Mia, Michaela, Michelle Hoskins, Min, Mira, Miranda Walrus, Molly, Momo, Mariah, Nyla, Naomi, Narcissa, Natalia, Nataline, Natasha, Nicole Coster, Nikki, Nyla, Olive, Parker, Playgrat, Prue K, Radar Scarpaw, Rehan, Reagan Nicole, Rihanna, Sadie, Sarah, Sasha, Shady, Sharbut, Sky, Sophie Annabelle, Soraya the Admiral, Swaggy Cupcake, Sydney, Tanya Nikwa, Tatiana, Taylor, Trishy, Tyga, Yeira, and Zora. A huge thanks to everybody. And there we have it, another Fridays with Cardlin video down and done. Some closing thoughts. The first wave of commissions have gone out, albeit a little late, so I've got a mostly open slate. Commissions are probably the best way to help me out and ensure you get something back in the process. Not to mention we'll be helping out some of our writers, and it's my way to give back to them. There's a link in the description below if you want to order one. And just because I'm sorta maybe a YouTuber now, and YouTubers say these things, don't forget to subscribe and like my videos if you like them, and maybe tell your friends, why not? I believe that about brings us to an end, so yeah. Cheers.